Welcome back to Be a Better Baddie. My name is Quenisha, and I'm your host, coach, teacher, and fellow baddie. And this is the podcast for ambitious women who want to be consistent and follow through on all the goals that they set and achieve for themselves. And today's episode is going to talk about just that. Why you aren't following through, why you're staying stuck. I have 5 different personas that I'm going to name. I want you to listen to each persona and let me know at the end which persona type is yours, okay? Because your lack of follow through isn't random. There's usually a deeper pattern behind that. Before I jump into the episode, I do want to let you all know I have a newsletter. I've been enjoying it. I just started it last month in June. And I'm going to use the podcast 2 times a month still to really deliver some good educational content. Newsletter is where I'm going to talk about how I came across those lessons or more of the personal story behind them. That is where I'm going to connect with you guys more. I've been getting some replies from you all who listen, and it really warms my heart. Join me over there. I'm going to leave the link for you to subscribe to the Baddie Brief. Also, I do have the Baddie Circle monthly accountability group. I'll leave the information for that below if you are ready for some accountability. Now, let's talk about why you're not following through. And I want to first start with the cost of staying stuck. When you don't take action, you are stuck and you are paying a cost. That cost usually is in time, it's in money, it's in confidence, it's in opportunities, it's in your identity, right? You start to believe that you aren't the person who follows through on the goals. You waste time, years, right? Wishing that you started earlier, wishing that you stop waiting. You waste money. The longer you stay stuck, the more normal that stuck feeling starts to feel. And that is not something that you want to feel regular in, okay? This is something that I talk about in detail in the newsletter. So if you want to hear more about the cost of not achieving your goals, especially as an ambitious woman, that particular letter you are going to enjoy. So there's a cost to not achieving your goals. And now I want to jump into what's blocking you and mostly the 5 personas that I'm going to discuss. So number 1 is the overthinker, right? This looks like you staying busy with research, planning, preparing, all the work that feels productive, but it never turns into action. You're always almost ready to get started. I'm almost about to do this. Like, oh yeah, I'm getting ready to do that. But you're never actually doing the thing. Now, this is good because you avoid moving recklessly. You're not just out here dilly-dallying in the most unproductive way. And when you do act, you're prepared, okay? But here's where it also hinders you. You mistake motion for progress. Just because you're busy and doing things doesn't mean you're productive. Months will pass with nothing finished. Your solution is to create some type of forcing function. You need a deadline. You need required steps that don't wait for you to feel ready. You need to see the end point as an overthinker. The next persona is the perfectionist. The perfectionist is building the perfect plan for an imperfect life, okay? You're building the ideal plan, and then the moment life doesn't cooperate, you throw it in the trash. The moment you miss one workout or don't track your calories or don't journal that day, you decide to throw away the whole plan. And that you can't do that. You can't do that. Now, how does this help you? You have high standards. Love that for you. And when life is perfect, when things do work out the right way, you get strong results. But again, life isn't perfect. Everyone's is. So how does this hinder you? Your plans aren't built for real life. So they break easily and often. Your solution is to build flexible systems designed to survive on bad days. You need to keep the bad days in mind when you create your plan, not the perfect ones. The third type we have is the people pleaser. You are chasing goals that come from your family or your culture or comparing yourself to your friends or like what you see on TV or what's expected from you, not what you actually choose, right? You're saying, this is what I'm supposed to do. This is what people expect of me. And This causes you to feel empty and unmotivated. This helps you because people see you as adaptable and you're good at meeting other people's expectations. And people are really going to say, oh, she's difficult, right? Because you tend to fall in line. But where this hinders you is you're optimizing for someone else's definition of success. So the progress that you do make, it doesn't feel like yours. It isn't yours. Your solution is to get honest about what you actually want before you build a plan to get there. You need to have a come to Jesus moment. The next persona is the lone wolf. Sets goals in private, doesn't tell anyone about it, works alone, doesn't even ask for help when you get stuck. You just try to figure it out on your own. That's what you've been doing, and that's what you're going to keep doing. This helps you because you are self-sufficient and you don't need any external motivation to get started. You're just like, I'm doing this and I'm just going to do it. This hinders you because no one notices when you drop off. So you quietly quit and no one caught you. You're like, they never knew. They never knew. Your solution is community, an accountability group, right? You need to stop viewing community as a nice to have. It's a way to get there. It's your vehicle to get there. And then our last personality type is the multitasker. She's juggling too many priorities at one time. Every week she has a new focus, and every month there's a new goal, a new challenge, a new something. And she starts off pretty strong, but never finishes anything. So this is good because my multitasker is ambitious, energetic, rarely bored. But what hinders her is her focus is split in so many different ways that nothing actually gets done. Because you're putting 5% in 20 different buckets. That can't work. Your solution is to pick one priority at a time. Sequence things, not multitasking. Okay? First I'm doing this, then I'm doing this. Have things build on each other because that is what gets goals finished. So those are my 5 persona types. I definitely know I'm a combination of the lone wolf and the multitasker. I don't need motivation from other people. And when I fall off, I'm kind of like, I'll come back to it later and I'll pick it back up. But I know that that is my problem. And my other problem is I like to have too many goals. I love too many goals. Oh, it's just so much fun. So which one are you? Comment below if you can on Spotify or YouTube, or just DM me at Be a Better Baddie on Instagram and let me know which one of these sounds like you, which one shows up more often. And if you're a combo like me, tell me that too. Now, awareness is going to change everything. You can't solve what you can't name. If you don't know what the problem is, you can't come up with a solution. So becoming self-aware of the actual problem is going to help you stop the cycle of starting over and not finishing your goals, okay? You're going to stop paying that cost of your money, your time, your energy, and your identity from not achieving your goals. You are being inconsistent because you are unsupported and you don't have the right structures in place. Let me know what you guys think about this episode. Again, find me at the newsletter, find me on Instagram at Be a Better Baddie, and I will see you guys in the next one. Until then, I hope you have a positively productive, self-loving day. Bye.